Hi, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be de-winterizing my Wildwood FSX 170 Super Slide, and there's two ways to go about this, whether you use your freshwater tank or the hookup for the hose. So let me show you the two options. First option is to have a gauge to make sure your water pressure does not exceed whatever your rig's limitations are, but typically it's going to be around 40 pounds. So if you have that pressure gauge, hook that up to your water supply. The other end of your hose goes to the city water, and this should be a dedicated hose. You don't want to use the hose that you use for a black water backflush. Your other option would be to run that hose to your fresh water connection. This connects to your 20-gallon water tank. All right, turn on your water. You can see the gauge, that's set to about 50 pounds. The first plumbing connection from the back wall is the shower, so we can turn on the hot and cold water. So you want to purge both lines. Double check, make sure. And we can hook up the shower head. And since there is no water in the shower head, we'll move on to the sink faucets. Let those run until they're clear. Now we'll move to the toilet. For the toilet, you have a foot pump that you operate. This would also be a good time to check your seals, make sure they are holding water. To do that, just push the pump down part way and let the bowl fill. And you can come back and check that later and make sure you still have a water seal. During the winter, I just keep my wash basin in here in case for some reason you get a little expansion and some dripping. Now we can purge the sink. The last line to purge is the outside shower line. Now we're going to move to filling the hot water tank, which should absolutely not have any water freeze in it. On this water heater, the drain plug is a 1 1/16 cap. So we have that on there over the winter just to keep critters out of the tank, but this should be empty. There is no anode that has to be pulled. So now what we'll do is go inside the unit under the sink and turn the bypass valves so that it gets water. So this is the position that the valve needs to be in. It's in line with the pipes, and that is bypassing the tank. To put water into the tank and exit the tank, we're going to turn the valves quarter of a turn. And we'll go outside. Put the water pressure off, reinsert my cap. Put the wrench on and gently snug it up tight. Now we can go back, turn the water pressure back on. You can see now the gauge is reading 30 pounds. So at this point, your water tank is air-bound, so we need to let air out. This is one place to do it. You can also go inside and open up your hot water and the water will circulate. Let's go inside. So continue with your spigots. Make sure you're getting the air out of your hot water line. One thing you want to make sure is that your water heater is not turned on. Water must be in that tank or you burn up your heating element. I'm going to check to see if any more air comes out. So the tank seems to be full. Now would also be a good time to check for any leaks in case your lines might have been frozen over the winter. You can also check next to your pump that the valve to the siphon line, make sure it is closed so that your water can go through the water pump. Well, that takes care of everything except if you want to use the onboard water tank. That's a 20-gallon tank. What I do is I pour a quarter of a cup of bleach into the tank, fill the tank with 20 gallons of water, let that sit for 24 hours, and then drain from the bottom of your RV rig by unscrewing your cold water cap. So at this point, we're ready to get our toilet ready for use. So if you have some of these drop-ins, that helps to break down the waste in the toilet paper. You can add that. And I'm going to add 4 gallons of water. leave just enough for the seal. So that's it. Our rig is ready. You may be done purging the system, but don't forget to check things like your tire pressure, battery water level, make sure it's distilled water only, your slides, and your seals. This is a good time to apply lubricating products. Good products I find for the rubber seals is Slide Out, and for the tracks, Power Lube. Well, that completes our de-winterization. I hope you learned something. This may be a first time for some of you or a refresher for others, but it's a good thing to make a list of all the things you should be checking to make sure your rig is ready for your next adventure. So until next time, this is the River Guide saying, see you around. And if you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to be notified of my next video, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you hit that little bell down in the lower left-hand corner, you'll see my next video. Again, thanks for stopping by and watching.